What's up, Pittsburgh, and or at least anyone who's watching this video? I'm gonna make this a response to another Steeler fan on here, and I'm gonna double check the name to make sure I'm getting it right before I just blurt out something. Hall of Steel, and might even do it to Big Ben 2493. I think they're in the business of making videos recapping Steeler games and giving hate weeks and stuff. Now, I don't participate in like the hate week stuff, because I mean I respect mostly every team, and I like to use the asterisks. I can't even talk today. Fuck it. But anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. But most teams I respect. Okay, in the National Football League. I have no problem with them. I mean, I know you like to trash talk the fans and everything. It's fun. It's good entertainment. I like watching those videos. But I mean, I'm gonna have a word for the Steeler fans in a minute, and it's and like I said, it's time to come to a little bit of reality here, and I'm gonna try to bring people in Steeler Nation down to reality in a minute. Now, first, I did want to say, because I love the Strip District, and I love the restaurants down there, especially. Wade Height, who worked for Pamela's, it was on their Facebook today, Pamela's Diner down in the Strip District. He died, and he's worked for a while there, but he wasn't at an age to where he should have died. I did get a message from someone who works at Pamela's that said what happened and how he died. I'm not going to say that because it was a private message, so my guess is they don't want me to say what happened to him out of respect to the family in that. But I do want to give them my condolences. I want to give the whole diner my condolences, the Strip District, and all the workers, and of course the guy's family. Like I said, Pamela's some of the best breakfast in Pittsburgh. Them or DeLuca's. It's a really big toss up in the Strip. But the Strip District has so much awesome stuff. I mean, that's where Permani's is, Permani Brothers. There's just a lot of good stuff to eat down there in the Strip, and I want to pass my condolences on to the Pamela's Diner family, as well as just the guy's family himself up here in Newcastle. I want to send you my condolences. Like I said, I'm a fan of theirs on Facebook. I'm obviously a good guy, and like I said, it's sad. It's sad to read what happened to him. Very, very, very sad. But anyway, I didn't mean to take up too much time there, But yeah, that happened over the weekend, and I just thought I would send my words, because Pamela's is a good diner. Them and DeLuca's, they're both awesome, or at least in my opinion. So I just thought I'd send my little shout out and condolences out, and be sure, if you're going to Pamela's sometime this week, just let them know that you send them your thoughts as well for the loss of Wade. So. Yeah, okay. But anyway, like I said, this was a response to the two guys who do make the Steeler videos. And I think there are more people who make Steeler videos. Big Ben 2493 and the Hall of Steel. These are the YouTube channels. I'm going to see if I can do this video response and do it correctly. We'll see. Now, I expected the Steelers to lose this game, and I didn't get to catch a lot of this game, okay, because I was busy. But I even said not to watch this game, because I said I knew they were going to lose. And the reason I knew they were going to lose is because, for one, I mean, we're playing the Ravens, and you might hate the Ravens' guts, but the fact of the matter is, when they play the Steelers, they play their 100% best. Okay, it always happens. Always. They usually play their 100% best. So therefore, the Steelers have to play their 100% best without Big Ben. And that is a problem. That was the thing. I think if you stack up, I think if Big Ben played this game against the Ravens, the Steelers would have won by 2 touchdowns, at least. maybe more. But they would have won by 2 touchdowns. I am pretty confident of that because Roethlisberger is just that big of a difference maker, and it totally changes the entire team. I mean, he makes the team click. Without Roethlisberger, the team's nothing. Okay, the team is nothing. When you take Roethlisberger out of the game, the Ravens are a better team. But that said, the Steelers still should have won this game. And this is where, okay, maybe there is some legitimate hate and trash talking to spread around for the Steelers faithful and the Ravens faithful. Because we could have won that game. And here's why we could have. Well, first off, okay, some people will say, okay, the offense sucked. But guess what? I knew that was going to happen. I knew the Steelers were going to suck on offense. Okay, there's no suspense there. Anyone who thought that we were going to be some offensive juggernaut was just totally kidding themselves. That's how this game was going to go. I knew it was going to be a low-scoring game. If the Steelers were going to win, I said that it would have to be a very low-scoring game. Because I didn't think they were going to get much more than 7 points. I said 24-7. And I was wrong on that. I mean, because the defense played a lot better than I thought they would play. Still, though, the defense didn't create any turnovers, and that's a problem. They are not creating many turnovers this year or last year, and that is a big problem. But we still could have won that game. Now, like I said, you can blame the turnovers, but I knew they were going to happen. But still, yeah, 3 turnovers to them not turning it over at all. Okay, when you're -3 in the turnover category, then that's not a good thing. Okay, that's not a good place to be in. Okay, if you're any team for that matter. But even then, we still could overcame that because we gave up a freaking punt return for a touchdown. And I said going into this game, if the Steelers were going to win this game, I said, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I said that they would have to be 100% in the other categories because the offense was not going to play good. Okay? There was no suspense about that. And to give up a punt return for a touchdown is absolutely ridiculous. And you know who I blame for that? I blame Mike Tomlin for that. Because we had a good special teams coach. Until we fired him because supposedly there was some personal thing going on with him and Tomlin. So he fired the special teams coach, and ever since, our special teams, which sucked before this guy came in, sucks after this guy left. So if you put all the pieces together, it was the special teams coach that kept the special teams good the last couple of years. But now that he's gone, we suck again on the special teams. And I said going into that, you can't allow the cheap stuff. And to me, a kickoff return or a punt return, whatever it was, and giving one up for a touchdown, that's cheap points. That is a cheap 6 points that you gave the Baltimore Ravens in that game. A cheap 6 points. In my opinion, that was the difference in this game because I think even with the 3 turnovers, we would have beat them. And actually, we would have because with the punt return, it was 13-10 Ravens. Without the punt return, it was 10-6 Pittsburgh. That's right. Without the 3, even with the 3 turnovers, we would have won that game 10-6 if we would have just not given up the special teams play. Disgusting. And like I said, that goes back to Mike Tomlin because he fired the special teams coach. Now, I don't know what happened behind the scenes and all that stuff, but you have to keep him. Okay? Because he made the team go. He made the special teams go. And then when you get rid of him, ultimately, when you lose a game like this, it is on you. So I blame Mike Tomlin for that. And of course, I heard there was something about a timeout in this game that he took that was really a stupid, boneheaded play or a stupid, boneheaded call. It just seems like, and I don't know, because there are many worse coaches out there. And I'm subscribed to a lot of the Philadelphia Eagles fans, and they talk about how terrible Andy Reid is. But that said, you still got to think that you still got to believe that the Steelers, that Mike Tomlin is just amateurish as a coach. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but he seems like an amateur because he's making boneheaded decisions as coach. And I don't understand it unless he's just an amateur. Perhaps he needs to go to coaching school because he is really costing us some close games. And I'm not saying to fire this guy because I think he's good enough because he's getting us to the playoffs every year. And he's a good defensive mind, and I think he can be better than this. But he's got to up his game, and he's got to make better decisions because he is costing us some games. And that's just my opinion. But he's got to stop these boneheaded decisions that he's making because they are hurting us. And in the special teams, without that punt return, the Steelers would have won 10-6. That's my take. I think it comes down to that, and they knew it. They knew they had to be 100% in this game because the offense was going to suck. Now, yeah, the offense sucked. And a lot of the Steeler fans were bitching about that, and I'm like, I knew that was going to happen. So why in the hell is this a big shock to you? I just don't get some of these yinzers out there in the Steeler Nation that make these stupid comments. We knew the offense wasn't going to be good because Roethlisberger is out. He makes the offense tick. And I said that the defense and the special teams had to have a perfect game. And the special teams did not have a perfect game. They got an F. Well, they got a D on the Post-Gazette. I gave them an F because they knew coming into this game that they have to step up, and they didn't. And that's the difference in this game, folks. Ravens 13, Pittsburgh 10. And that is my response. Like I said, so this is why I said. And I think this is why that you have to be careful before doing the Ravens Hate Week this week, Big Ben and Hull of Steel, because we were without Big Ben Roethlisberger, and therefore we were already at a disadvantage, and you had to have everything else go perfectly for us to win that game, and it just didn't happen. And now we're looking at a loss, and we're looking at making crow videos, and I would have reserved judgment on this one because Big Ben was out. Now that said, make your hate weeks for Cleveland because I think we're going to beat the Browns regardless. The Browns just aren't a good team. They showed that again at Dallas. They had a lead and they blew it. We should beat the Browns, but if we don't beat the Browns, then the season's over. Okay, that's just my opinion. But even then, we are probably a 9-7 team without Roethlisberger. I did hear he's going to come back after the Baltimore game, so perhaps we can go 10-6, 11-5, and make the playoffs. But we got to get better than what we are doing, especially on special teams. We can't give up cheap points. And we do got to improve the turnover battle. Mike Wallace fumbling the football. Shame on you. You got to step up and help your quarterback out. And also, the other person who fumbled, I can't remember. Shame on you as well. Okay. All in all, Leftwich wasn't great, but I expected it. I didn't expect him to play good. Okay, I was worried about that. And I didn't think Charlie Batch was going to be much better if he started. Okay, that's a huge problem, and we got to fix that. And Tomlin, you got to stop costing us games, man. I like you, man, but you got to stop doing that. Okay, so like I said, I'm not making crow because I said I'm telling you so. I thought we were going to lose this game, and we did because Roethlisberger was out. Nothing against the Steelers personally. I just didn't think we would win with Roethlisberger because Roethlisberger is a big difference maker, like him or hate him personally, and he's had his personal faults, but still, you have to admit he's the guy who makes the offense tick and makes the team tick. Okay, so that's it. Like I said, condolences out to Wade down in Pamela's. Otherwise, that is it for this week. Browns this weekend, we should beat them. If not, shame on us. Shame on us. We need to get this done. We gotta win the sure victories to get in the wild card. Anyway, that is it for now, everyone.